I have always said that every future oscillation in the chart pattern can be seen in the past movement, and only the angular displacement of the current pattern deceives the eye, not allowing you to detect an identical movement in the past. The cycles are distributed unevenly symmetrical, like a sinusoidal wave, which we often use to represent them. There is a problem transfer to the left, right when the amount of time of promotion differs from the amount of time of decline. These types of patterns are often described as sawtooth waves or irregular fractal patterns. Fractal patterns are accurate, and although you can often see the pattern with your eye, different segments can still be compressed or expanded, and although the general shape of the pattern remains the same, trying to buy or sell at a certain reversal is still difficult. The market is similar to a 1/7 type fraction that repeats 0.142857142857142857, but is modified again by another repeating fraction, so the actual mechanism is not easy to find. This, what happens on the charts of stock price patterns, where each fractal recreates itself, but at the same time changes itself. This is what happens on the charts of stock price patterns, where each fractal recreates itself, but at the same time changes itself. Our principle that time and price are one and the same is confirmed by the observed fact that a minimum of a pair of used CAD $120 would allocate 120 harmonics of a single time, and each maximum and minimum allocate harmonic cycles that eventually return to a common denominator, and the pattern repeats as the individual cycles merge into one new cycle. The main discovery in all technical analysis is that time and price are one and the same manifestation and are interchangeable. By this I mean that the psychological buying and selling of stocks is caused by time cycles, and these time cycles are converted into prices. We observe this constantly, and it can be easily proved by taking, say, a maximum of $48 and moving for 48 hours, days, weeks or months and observing harmonious changes in the structure of stock prices. This implies that a cycle of 48 units of time is included in the price of $48. Usually, the cycle duration manifests itself in an obvious way only at major highs and lows, such as the first peak of silver 258 on April 18, 2022, showing a unit of time of 258, and 258 days later, silver again exceeded the mark of 258, on April 14, 2023. From this high, the low was reached in May 2022 at 204, indicating a unit of time of 204, and 204 days later, silver was reached again in February 2023 at 204. However, it is not always so easy to find a replacement cycle. The first thing to start with is to note that the energy of time and prices are vectors. The price can move straight up or it can move forward and up at the speed of momentum. The angular rate of advance in combined time and price is what we usually call a trend line, and it represents this combined force. Our task is to separate the time components from the price components and try to find some harmonics of the cycle. If you always test your charts with a few of these methods, you'll be able to find when the big turning points happen. By the time you finish studying the video materials, you should be able to know where the turns are, but if you don't use common sense and develop a strategy, you may still fail. When forecasting a date, in order to accurately determine the time of the trend change, it is important that you allow the chart to confirm the change. In other words, if you predict the exact hour of the high or low, Look at the 15-minute chart for that hour and let the 15-minute patterns turn by 1 or 2 bars to confirm the predicted 60-minute expected reversal. In addition, trade only at precisely calculated support and resistance levels that appear during the forecast period. 99% of trading is to enter at the right price and at the right time. If you spend a little time studying your charts, you will see that all future reversals originate from the past, so you literally have months or years to prepare for today's deal. There is no need to wipe the news or act impulsively. This video material is a thoughtful system or a systematic analysis of past patterns recreating themselves in the future. If you take the time to think about your schedules, then studying this video material will bring you great benefits.